Hello everyone, welcome to Vidyantra. In the series of Advanced Python for Data Science, today we are going to start our new library, that is Matplotlib. Like every video, firstly we are going to discuss what is the basic, what are the theory behind this library, we are learning this library, right? So we are going to discuss firstly the theory part and the motivation for learning the Matplotlib, and then we will move toward the practical part, right? So if I will talk about the Matplotlib, we know that pandas is made on the basis of numpy, right? Similarly, for the visualization, all the visualization advanced library are made on the base of matplotlib only. For example, seaborn, plotly, or pandas for data visualization, all the advanced library work on the same matplotlib, right? So it is very important to learn matplotlib. So matplotlib is used for the visualization. What is visualization, why we should do that? Firstly we are going to discuss that. Okay, so if I will talk about the visualization, if I will give you the photo of any person and tell you the name of that person, okay, and after 1 month I will ask you the name of the person, you will not be able to remember the name, right? But if I will show you the photo of that person, you will be able to remember that I have seen this person before, right? Because our human brain work in the same way. We remember the images, we remember the plots very easily, but we does not remember the name or numbers very easily, right? So for that purpose visualization is very necessary. We convert the text and the numbers in the plots or in the images form, right? If I will talk about one more example, you are the owner of the company and you want to understand the market situation. In that case, if your employee give you the market situation in the form of document or a pdf, you will not be able to understand that within a second, right? You will require a time to read those documents. After that you will be able to take the insights that market is increasing or decreasing. But instead of that, if he will give you the line plot that graph is increasing or decreasing, you will be able to understand within a second what is the market condition, right? That's why visualization is very important. Before understanding the visualization, firstly we are going to discuss the data, because based on the data there are different types of visualization. If I will talk about the data is the any fact that can be recorded, and data is of two types. For example, if I am recording the video, this video is also a data, right? But majorly we have only two types of data, that is categorical and the numerical. This image or this video is nothing but a numerical only, because behind the scene it is the matrix, and matrix is nothing but the number. So data we have only two types, that is categorical and numerical, and the categorical and numerical have made more two types. For example, if I will talk about the categorical, we have two types, ordinal and nominal. If I will talk about the numerical, we have discrete and the continuous value. So we have a four types of data majorly, that is the ordinal categorical data, nominal categorical data, discrete continuous data, and the continuous numerical data. Okay, now if I will talk about the visualization, based on these data we have two types of visualization, that is the univariate analysis and the multivariate analysis. If I will talk about the univariate analysis, in your database there are so many numbers of columns, right? So if you are doing the visualization on single column only, then it will be a univariate analysis, right? But if you are doing an analysis on multiple columns, right, then it will be a multivariate analysis. But multivariate analysis will also be so many, right? For example, you are doing a analysis on categorical versus numerical column, or numerical versus numerical column, or you are doing the visual analysis on categorical versus categorical column, right? So multivariate analysis have also so many different categories, right? So these visualization have different plots. For example, if I will talk about the plots, you have so many different plots available in your matplotlib library that we are going to discuss in this video. Firstly, if I will talk about the plots, there are line plots, there is bar plot, hist plot, box plot, violin plot, stack plot, so many advanced plot like 3D plot. So all those plots we are going to discuss in this video, and we are going to understand each and every functions that are available in your matplotlib library. Okay, so firstly we will take one random database. By using numpy and pandas we will create our database, and we will do the visualization on those database just for understanding the library and the functions. Okay, and after this learning you have to take one whole database from the Kaggle or from any other website, and after that you have to apply all those functions and the methods that I will teach you in this video on those database, and you have to do the analysis. Okay, now moving toward the practical part, if you I will talk about the actual coding part. Just like other libraries, you need to install the Matplotlib. For that, we will use the simple command that we have already used in the for the other libraries, pip install, and after that you need to write the Matplotlib. Matplotlib. So I have already explained that you don't need to install it again and again. If you will install it one time, then it will be sufficient. For example, I have already installed, so it is saying that requirement already satisfied. Okay, but for using it you need to import in every file you want to use your Matplotlib, right? So for that, what I will do, I will write import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. Right, why I am writing matplotlib.pyplot? Because inside your matplotlib class there is an inner class for pyplot, and inside that there are so many methods that are available for your plotting, right? Why I am using as plt? It's just a alias you are using as a nickname, so that you should not have a spelling mistake again and again, right? So what and one more line you need to write, percentage matplotlib inline, percentage matplotlib inline, right? So one will ask, sir, why we are writing matplotlib inline? Because for the other library we were just importing that, we were not writing some any extra line, right? Because in the case of plotting, if you will not write it, you will be required to write plt dot show again and again, right? So we don't want to write that again and again. That's why I am importing matplotlib inline for the one time. So if I will plot any of the plot, I will not be required to write plt dot show, right? So I will run it, and I have already told that for using any library, right? For example, if you are using Matplotlib, so at that time also you should import pandas, and import pandas as pd, and import numpy as np. Why? There will be a requirement of numpy and pandas in further part of your code. So for that we are what we are doing, we are just importing that pandas, right? So for example, now I want to draw a plot between x and y, right? For example, I want to do a bivariate analysis between two numerical variable. So for that we require a data. So now we don't have any data, so I will use numpy for creating the data. I am taking a variable x for the x-axis and y for the y-axis. We are taking the two variable, right? So for x, what I will write, np.linspace, for example, I want a value between 0 to 5, and you can take randomly 11 values, right? So I have explained already how linspace works in my numpy video. Now for y, what I will do, I will take the square of each and every value which is present in your x. So if I will run it, you can see that x and y both have been obtained, right? So for creating the data, you will write by using numpy, you will create both the data, right? Now for example, I want to draw a line plot. What is line plot? Now we are going to see that. For writing that plot, creating that plot, what I will do, I will write plt dot plot what between x and y. I want my x to be on x-axis and y to be on y-axis. So if I will plot it, you will see that you are getting a plot which is not getting shown, right? Matplotlib dot line, you are not getting any error also, but your plot has been created. Now you are not able to see that, right? So what you will do, you will write plt dot show and open close it, so that you can get your plot to see that, right? So this is how you can create a plot between x and y. This is your line plot, right? So for plotting line plot, you just need to write plt dot plot x and y, and inside below that you need to write the plt.show. Now if I will say, sir, I want to modify my table, right? I don't want my line to be, this is the line plot, right? So I don't want my line to be directly in this color, or I don't want my line to be a continuous solid line. I want it to be a dashed line or dotted line. So in that case, there are so many functions available in your plot function. So what I will do, I will write plt dot plot. Inside that I will pass x comma y, and inside that I will pass the color. For example, I want it to be in a red color, I will pass here red color. And if you want here to be a blue color, you can write here a blue color, right? So for a graph to be shown, I am writing here plt.show. Now you can see that your line is in red color, right? You can see that this is in orange and this is in the red. For example, you want in a green color, so I will write here g, so that it should be in the green color, right? So this is how you can change the color of your line. For example, sir, I don't want it to be a dotted line, I want it to be a dashed line, right? Not to be a solid line. In that case, what I can do, I will, after g I can pass the hyphen hyphen, so that this hyphen symbol will show that this is in a dotted line, right? This is how your plot is in the plotted line. Now sir, after creating the plot, there are so many things that are necessary to do in your plotting, right? You need to provide the x labeling, you need to write the y label, you need to write the legend, you need to write the title of your plot, what your plot is showing, right? For that, there are the methods available in your Matplotlib. So what I will do, there is a function called x label, which is used for labeling your x-axis. So for example, sir, I want to label x-axis. In that case, what I will write, plt.x label, and in x-axis I will write x label. So that you can write anything, I am just writing for the reference that this is showing the x label, right? Plt dot for y label I will write plt dot y label, and inside that I will pass y space label, right? You can write anything. So this is how you can provide the labeling to your graph. Now you can see that in x-axis you are getting the x label, and in y-axis you are getting the y label. And also there is a title function available inside your Matplotlib, that is plt dot title, and that function will provide the title to your plot. For example, I want to give any of the title, so you can write here, but I am writing here title for the general purpose. You can write anything. So this is how your plot will show that title. This graph is for the title purpose, and you have plot x label and y label on x and y axis respectively, right? This is how you can plot your graph, right? Now there is a more functions available, sir. For example, I don't want to write the g dash dash. Instead of that, I want to write something like, if there is a function present in that, I will write the name of the function and I will pass that. For that, what I will do, there is a color function available. For example, if I don't want to write g here, right, directly, I want to tell the meaning that g is nothing but a color. So the attribute that is nothing but the parameter is nothing but color. So color equals to g, right? This is how you can write the color, right? Now, so there is a line style available, ls parameter, that you need to give something. For example, I want it to be a dotted line. In that case, I will pass here dotted as my parameter, so that I get a line style of dotted, right? No sir, I want it to be a dashed. So in that case, what you can do, you can write here dashed for getting it a dashed line, right? Now you want it to be in a different, for example, you want it a solid line. So if you will not pass anything, it will be a solid line, or if you will pass a symbol of this, you will get a solid line, right? But if you want to write the name also, in that case you can write the solid, right? This is how line style is available. But I want to give the, for example, whenever in the school time, if you were plotting like on the axis you are getting 1, on y axis you are getting 5, so you are marking the point that this is the first point, This is the second point. You are giving the marker, right? So similarly here you can give the marker to your points. So there is a marker function available. In that you can write your marker which can show the points, right? For example, we had the 11 points in my x-axis. So this is how you can see that totally 11 points, 11 markers are showing that x-axis is 0, y-axis is 0, x-axis is 1, y-axis is something 2 point something, right? So this is how you can get the value of your marker also. So for example, you also want to give the line width. For example, this line is very thin according to the graph. For example, I want to give the line width to be a more, right? In that case there is a lw function available. In that case you will write lw, and inside that you will pass the value of your line width, right? For example, I have written 3, so you can see that this line is getting more darker, right? So because the line width has been increased. So there are so many more functions that are available. I have explained you only the functions that you will use in data analysis part. So this is how you will able to do the create styling of your plot, right? So there is one more function available for, I will talk about alpha. So if you will write alpha here and you will provide the value as 0.2, right? So if I will see, you can sorry, it's s here. So there is one more function available, that is alpha. If I will write alpha equals to 0.2, you can see that your line color, you can see that it's green, but the it's more being transparent, right? So if you will increase the alpha value, it will be more darker, and if you will decrease the alpha value, it will be more lighter, right? So this is how you can give the do the styling, right? Now if I will move further, so there is very important topic, next topic that I am going to explain, that is subplotting of your graph, right? So what is subplot, how to create it? So there is a function available, and how, what is the importance of subplot, that also we are going to discuss that. But for plotting the subplot, there is a function called subplot in your matplotlib. So you will write plt dot subplot, and inside that what you will do, you will write the number of row you want in your graph. For example, there is a page of graph, and in that page you want to create a 2 row or a 1 row, right? If you and number of columns also. For example, I want to draw a 2 plot, so I will use 2 column, a 2 row, and in the first half I will draw a first plot, and in the second half I will plot the second plot. So that is 2 row and a single column. Similarly, if I want 1 row and more columns, for example I want 4 column, in that case you need to write 1 4, and currently you want to plot in which column. For example, I want to plot in first row first column, right? In that case you will write here 1 4 1, and in that what you will do, you will write the plot, you will draw a plot. For example, I want to draw the same plot that we had created with the data x comma y. Now I will write it, and if I will run it, you can see that for that I have to write the plt.show. Now if you I will run it, you can see that your line width is height is same, but the width had been decreased to single column, right? If we observe this and this, 4 plot can be created of this size, right? Because you have divide your single sheet into the 4 columns, right? That's why it is showing that in very low width. So if, for example, I want to draw a different plot in the same paper or same page, what I will do, I will write plt.subplot, and in that subplot what I want to write, I want to use the first row and fourth column. In that I want to draw a plot in the second column. Here I am using the second column, and for that what I will draw, I will draw plt.plot y comma x. If I will run it, you can see that your first plot has been created by using these 2 lines, and the second graph is created by using these 2 lines, right? styling I have explained you, right, how to style that, how to modify your plots, right? That is also applicable in this case also. But for plotting it, what I am doing, I am using the subplots, right? So for example, sir, I have divided into the four plots, right? So I want to use the third also. In that case I will write plt dot show 1 comma 4 comma 3, and in that what I will do, I will write plt dot plot, plt dot plot, what I will draw x comma y star star 2. So I am plotting it x to the power 4, right? So if I will run it, you can see sorry, what what is there wrong? Okay, plt dot show. Okay, it should be a subplot, right? So here I will write plt dot subplot. If I will run it, you can see now the third plot has been created, and you are getting the third. Now I have divided into the four part, right? So you can also create the fourth part also. I'm just copying it and pasting it here and just changing the value from 3 to 4 here. Now you can see that you have got the four subplots inside your single page, right? So if you want to do the styling of that, you can add that style. For example, I want it to be in the red color, so I will put here red. And also you can pass it by using the parameter value also. And for example, I want it to be in the blue color, so I will write here B. For example, I want it to be in the red color and dotted line, right? So I will write here RR and dash dash. For example, I want it to be in the blue color and dotted line, so in that case I will write B dash dash and I will close it. If I will run it, you can see that you have also did the styling of your plot. Now if you want to provide the X label and Y label and the title to your each and every plot, for example, I want to give the title and X and Y label to this plot. In that case I need to write plt dot X label just after this plotting, right? So the X label and Y label can be provided to this plot only. So for example, I am writing plt dot X label, plt dot X label, and X label to be X, X label to be X, and plt dot Y label, plt dot Y label to plt dot Y label to Y. In that case I will get X label and Y label, and I'll also write the title of the plot title, and that will be title, right? So this will give the title and X Y labeling to your only a single plot, right? For example, you want to give the title to your second plot also. In that case, what you will do? In that case, I will write the same things, that is plt dot X label and Y label and title just below the plotting of your subplot second, right? What I will do, I will just write it here and I will run it. Now you can see that second plot have also got the X label and Y label. This is your you can say this is your subplot. This is how you can create the subplot to your by using the Matplotlib. This is very important topic, that is subplot. You need to do it during the data analysis. Now moving forward, we are going to cover one more important topic, that is providing the axis to your plot. So for example, you want to create any plot, and in that you want to create one more plot, and you need to provide some different axis or the position to of your subplot in that axis. So what you will do, for firstly you will take a figure in which like you are taking the page, you can assume it like that. So for that I will take a figure. For that I will write plt dot figure, and by running it you will get a page. But I want to create two axes. In one axis I will take the one position, and in another axis I will take the different position. Okay, so in that position you will get your plots, right? If I will take 4 axes, you will get the 4 plots based on the position of the axes. So for example, I am taking one axis as axis 1 in my variable, and I am adding in my figure fig.add axis. There is a method available. In that case you will add the axis and provide the position to your axis. So in that position you need to pass the list of 4 items. In that 4 item, what those 4 item represent? So it will represent the height of your axis, width of your axis, comma, upper position of your axis and bottom position of your axis, right? So this is the list of 4 items, and these 4 list item is telling that your item will be uh, 0.1 means 10% from the left, 10% from the right, 80% from the bottom, and 80% from the top, right? So this will be the position of your axis 1. Now if I will take the second axis and I want to add it into my figure, so what I will do, fig dot add one more axis, add underscore axis, and that's you will take a list of, you will take the list, and in the list what you will do, you will write the positions where you want your axis to be present in your plot, right? So randomly I am taking the position. After that you will get the position, how position getting reflected, right? So what I will do, I have taken the 2 axes. Now I will plot 2 plots in my axis. For example, axis 1 dot plot, axis 1 dot plot. In the first plot what I will draw x comma y, and in my second axis, axis 2 dot plot y comma x, right? You can take any 2 numerical uh, array. I am taking x and y just for the reference, because I want to give you the idea what are the methods and what are the plots that are available in your Matplotlib, and how you can play with those functions and create attractive plots for the visualization, right? So this is how you can create 2 plots in your axis. If I will run it, you can see that plot has been created but is not getting shown. So for that I need to write plt.show. By this you will get the plot, right? So you can see that you have got the plot where in the first plot you have a position of you have a position like this. Now you can see that you have got the 2 plots, right? So one plot is here and the second one is present inside this, right? So how the position of this second plot is getting decided? Because of this axis, right? The position that you have passed inside the list, right? So this is how you can create the axis to your plot. Right now, for example, I want to give the titles and labels to my plots. So in that case what I will do, I will write the axis 1 dot set underscore x label method is available. That method is used for setting the x label to your axis. So I will use set underscore x label and I will give it as x, and for the axis 1 I will use, for y axis I will use set underscore y label, and in that I will pass y, right? Similarly you can write for axis 2, right? So I am copying this 2 line and I will paste it here, and I will just change axis 1 to axis 2, and what I will do, I will change this small x to capital X and small y to capital Y, so that you can differentiate between these two, right? Now you can see that you have got the uh, x label and y label to your plots also, right? So axis 2 is present here and axis 1 is present here. So this is how you can create a axis of your plot also. This is how beautifully you can create the plots, right? Now for example, sir, I have understood the subplots and I have understood the axis, right? Now I want to create subplot and axis together, right? So for example, I want to provide the location to my plots also in my figure, and I also want to create a subplot at the same time. In that case what you will do, you will take a figure variable like the page I had told you for the assumptions. So I will take a figure and I will take the axis as axis equals to what I will take plt dot subplot, right? You were using the plt dot subplot function before. Now you will use plt.subplots so that you can create a axis as well as the figure, right? Axis as well as the subplots. Now in this you need to write two parameters: the number of rows you want in your axis in your plot and the number of columns you want in your plots, right? So what I will do, I will write this. And now what I will do, for axis 0, and I have taken here the one row and two columns, right? So we have two axes available. So I have not given the variable name as axis 1 and axis 2, but I know the position. We have two axes and I can get list of two axes, and I can access the list by just doing the indexing. So what I will do, axis 0, I have axis, and in the list if I will write 0, so 0 axis will be accessed, and I will plot here x comma y, right? Now if I want to plot in the second axis, what I will do, I will take the axis, and what I will use, I will do the indexing to take the first axis available, and I will plot by using the plot function and y comma x, right? And for showing the graph, I will write plt.show and I will run it, right? Now you can see that your plot has been created, and your inside the single figure only axis, by using the axis I have created the two plots, right? Now if you want to, there is also a title layout method is available, that will title your page, right? That will look if your plot has been available in the different locations. So in that case, what you will do, plt dot tight underscore layout method is available. Tight underscore layout method is available, and this method will tighten your plot, right? Now this is similar, right? Both are similar, both plots were similar, but by using the plt dot title underscore layout, if you are getting some plot here and one is here, what it will do, it will give it a proper position, right? So this is how you can create the subplot and axis by using a single plot only, single line of code only. You can create a axis as well as subplots together. For this is how you can create a subplot. Now for example, if you want to make it more attractive, you can use the functions that I have explained in the earlier part of the video, so it will become more attractive. Now moving forward, for the practice purpose, for example sir, I want to, instead of creating these two different plots in different axes, actually I want these both plots should be present in single graph only, right? So in that case, what I will do, I will take a figure where I will take plt.figure, and I will decide the figure size by using the function fig size, and equals to, I will provide the size of my plot. And in this, what I will do, I will take an axis, and in this axis what I will do, I will use fig dot add underscore axis, and I will provide the position to my axis, right? And for example, I want it to be 0 position from the left, 0 position from the bottom, right, 2 position up from the upper, and 2 position from the bottom, right? Now for example sir, I want to create a plot, right? So for example sir, as we are a data scientist and computer science student, so we have an idea about DSA, right? So we have so many time complexity. So for example, we have x, and x represent the x represent this value, right? So if I want to take the order of n, in that case I can similarly plot the graph between x and x only. So for example, if I will plot plt dot plot x comma x, in that case you will get the order of n plot, right? Order of n you will get here. Okay, sorry, I think I have used 2 comma here. So if I will run it now you can see you are getting the order of n plot, right? Now for example sir, instead of drawing the order of n, I want to draw a log n, right? Order of log n, that is the logarithmic time complexity. In that case, you need to find the log of the each value that is present here, right? So there is numpy. In the numpy I have explained already that how you can take the log of the value, np dot log, and in that what you will pass, I will pass the value for which I want to take the right. So I will take here log of x equals to this, right? So if I will take here, you will get the value of x, right? So here it is saying that you are encountering the 0, right? So if it will be divided by 0, you will get a 1 by 0, that is infinity, right? Because our x is getting start from 0, right? So we can change the position of x from 0 to this. So what I will do now, if I will run it, you will not get this warning, because in this case you will not get any divided by 0 error, right? Now if I will plot for this, so what I will do, I will take plt dot plot, and on x-axis I want my x to be present, and on y-axis I want my log x to be present, right? So if I will draw it now, you can see your this is your log x function, and this is your order of n function. So this is similarly, if I will move forward, there is a order of n log n, right? Time complexity of n log n. In that case, what you will do, you need to multiply x and log x together, right? So what I will do, I will just write n log n my variable name, and I will multiply my x with log of x that I have taken, right? So by doing this, you will get the value of n log n. Now for plotting this, I will do plt dot plot, and I will on x-axis I will keep my x, and on y-axis what I will do, I will take my n log n variable, right? N log n variable. If I will plot it now if I run it, you can see that this green color is showing that you have order of n log n like this, order of n like this, and order of log n like this, right? So this is how you can create the plot. Now we have more time complexity functions available, like there is order of n square, right? So for that, what we can do, for n square I will took n2 equals to x star star 2, right? That we have already taken h2. So in that case, what I will do, I will write here plt dot plot, on x-axis I will take x, and on y-axis I will take n2. If I will run it, now you can see that you are getting the time complexity of n square as well, and this is n square, and this is difficult to understand, right? So red color is showing n square or n log n, I will not understand, right? So I need to give the label legend to my function, right? So in that case, what I will do, I will, while the plotting the graph, I will provide the legend also. So I will write here legend label equals to, for example, I am taking here order of n, right? So I can write here order of n. So for example, if I am plotting it here logarithmic, so what I will do, I will write my label as order of log n, right? Similarly, if I want to do this is my order of n log n, right? So what I will do, I will label it as order of n log n, right? So this is how you can do the labeling also, and you can add label to all the plot that you have created, and by this you will be able to identify which line is telling about which graph, right? So if I will run it now you can see that you will be able to get the legend also, right? So if I will get the output, so at that time, okay, what is the error? Actually it is showing that label, so I have actually done the spelling mistake of LABLE. It should be LEBEL, label. Sorry for that mistake. LEBEL. You will also do the same mistake, so please try to figure it out. Now you can see that now you have got the plot, but it is not showing any legend. Why it is not showing the legend? Because you have not written that I want my axis to show the legend at what position, right? So I need to write here that I want my axis to show the legend. So ax dot legend I will add in that, right? So ax dot legend, and if I will run it now you can see that your plot is showing the legend also, right? This is how you can create all the plots. This is red line, right? So this is showing the order of n square. This is the green line. Green line is showing the order of n log n, right? That I have explained you, right? For example, sir, I want my data to be more, right? So in that case, what I will do, for example, I want my data to from 1 to 50, and I want my data to be 100 data, right? So if I will run it and run this code again, you can see now that your graph is, all the graphs have been overlapped, right? So what the it, how is it like that? No, this is not like that. This is like, you have to, if I will reduce the size, instead of 2500, if I will take up to 500 only, in that case I will be able to analyze it more in a more good way, right? So for that I need to do the limiting of my axis, right? So in that case, what you need to do, you need to add the limit on your x-axis and on your y-axis also. In that case, what you will do, you will write plt dot xlim. There is a limit on x-axis. I want to do my x limit to 50 only. I only just want to change my y limit. Okay, so I will change my y limit to 500 only, 0 to 500. In that case, what I will do, I will write 0 comma 500. Now if I will run it, now you can see that your plot is getting shown more beautifully, right? Now you can identify each and every uh, plots uh, easily, right? So if you want to limit your x-axis and y-axis to the lower range or to the upper range by using the ylim or xlim function, you can do that. So this is how you can create a plot on a single graph only. So for the practice purpose, you can take the different plot also, and you can do that. You can also draw in the single axis, and you can change the axis position. By doing that, you will become more comfortable, right? So you have to do one practice on for the axis plot, and in that case you have to create the subplot and axis together, and you have to apply all those functions that I have taught you, like color, length, line width, alpha, marker face color, marker size, right? Marker age width. There are so many functions available, and the color that I have explained you. So you have to use all the functions that I have explained, and you have to plot it, right? So now moving forward, if I will, for example, let's do for the practice. I will take one figure. In that case, I will do fig comma axis equals to, what I will do, I will write plt dot subplot. Just for the practice I am writing it, right? So you can do one more practice on subplot and axis together, right? So what I will do, I will write plt dot subplots. I will take the number of rows, and rows equals to, for example, I want one row, right? And number of columns, right? So for example, I want 3 columns. In that case, I can write in this way, right? So firstly I will type my layout so that it should be more good, right? So I am doing the layout, tight layout, and I will do this. Now I know that our 3 axis in a single row, I want 3 column. So there is a list of 3 axes have been created, and the axis in each and every axis, what we will do, we will use the list indexing method, right? So what I will do, axis is the list, and in the axis list I want to access the 0th axis, and in that I want to plot, what, x comma y, right? I want to plot x comma y. In that case, I want to use the color to be red color. So in that case, I will write color to be red, right? And I also want my line width to be, for example, 3. I want line width to be 3. You can change it, and you can observe the pattern you are getting. And I want my alpha value to be 0.2. I have explained what is alpha, what is line width, right? So you will understand, right? So now I want my line style to be, you can say, hyphen hyphen, and my marker to be, I want it to be GO, right? For example, I want my marker to be O. Now this is for the axis 0, right? Now I want to give the x limit and y limit also. In that case, what we will do, I will do axis of 0 dot x lim, right? Set underscore x lim, and I will change to it to depending upon the value I have got. Actually, I don't know what the axis I will get on x-axis, so I am not providing the axis also. And I for the axis 1, so I am copying it and pasting it for the first axis also. What we will do, for accessing the first index value, you will write here 1 and you will plot between x comma y. So what you will do, you will use the color to be blue. I will use the color to be blue so that I can easily identify. And I want my line width to be, I will change it to 4. I will change it to 4, and now I want my alpha value to be 1. So I will change my alpha value to 1 and line style to be dash only. Now I will change my marker to, you can say I want to change my marker to star. Now I will do star as a marker, and one more thing I will add, that marker face color is function, right? Marker face color. So I am adding one more attribute, marker face color, and I want my marker face color to be in red. So this is how you can add one more functions, right? Now I want to access the third axis, right? So I have accessed the first, second, and for the third, what I will write? I will write here 2, right? So the for plotting it, you will take you can add the x lim and y limit, right, by using the axis dot set underscore x limit and y limit method. Now I want to plot on the third axis also. You can say I want to plot, sir, x and y star star 2, and if you want to change it also, you can write here y star star 3. And along with this function, these things, I want to add my color to be purple. I want to change my color to be purple. There is a purple color, and now I want to change my line width to 5, and I want my alpha value to be 0.5. You can do it by changing the alpha and all the value. You can observe what you will get. I want my line style to be same, marker I want to be same. Now I can change my marker size also. So what I will do, there is a function marker size, right? So I can change my marker size to whatever you want. For example, I want it to be 3, so I am changing my marker size to 3. You can also change marker face color. I want my marker face color to be marker face color. I want my marker face color to be green, so I will write here green. And I want my marker edge width. For example, I want my marker edge width to be look more attractive, right? So I can change my marker edge width also by using marker edgeh width function, right? width equals to you can put it to 3. Now I want to change my marker edge color also, you can say. So I will change my marker edge color to green. So these are the attributes that are available inside your plot function, right? So this is how you can provide the functions inside your plot. Now if you want to give the legend to your axis also, right? For example, I want to give my axis 0 to legend. For example, I want to give legend it to exponential value, because I am calculating the x square, right? So what I will do, I will add legend to exponential. For example, I am adding exponential. So this is how you can add the legend also, and by using the plt.show method, you will get your plot, right? So don't do the spelling mistake and run it. So if I will run it, okay, I have used somewhere alpha as alpha s. So this is a typing mistake. I will change my alpha s to alpha. This is also alpha, and this is also alpha. If I will run it, now you can see that you have got a plot. You have got a plot which is showing that this is your this is showing exponential e, right? So there is no more space available, so it is using e just for the reference that you have given the label to legend to e, right? So this is how the based on your attributes you have provided, you are getting a very beautiful plot this was for the homework, but I have explained you can take the different value also for your experiment. Now moving forward to the different plots, they were related to your line plots only, right? I was planning the basic uh, plot till now. Now moving forward, there is a stem plot available in your Matplotlib library. Plot in that is the stem plot. That for plotting the stem plot, you will do plt dot. There is a simple syntax for writing this plt dot stem, and that you need to pass your x comma y, and you will run it simply, and you will get the stem plot, right? So this is how simple you can create the stem plot. And this, you can see what stem plot is doing on x-axis, how where this point will lie, right? So by using these lines, you will be able to mark your x-axis very easily. So this is how you can create the stem plot, and you can apply all the things that I have taught you. For example, if you want to add x label, in that case what you will do, plt dot x label, and you will write here x, right? All the label, you can give any label, right? I'm writing here x for my understanding. You can write here anything. For example, if it is showing the price, income, salary and all, in, for example, let's change it to days, because I want to know how the salary is changing according to the day, and I, in y axis, I want it to be a income. So how my income is getting changed with respect to my days I am working, right? And I want my title to be plt dot title, days representation, right? Days presentation, because based on the days I am getting how the salary is getting changed, right? So this is how you can provide the title also. If you want to change the limit, for example, it is 2500, I want to limit it to 1500 only. In that case, plt dot ylim you can apply, and you can change it to 0 to 1500. In that case, your y-axis will be limited to 1500 only. If you want to change your x limit also, in that case you will do 0 to, for example, it is showing up to 50, right? So I will change it to 40. If I will run it, now you can see that you are getting title also, x label and y label also, and in this you can see you are getting up to 1400, and you are getting up to 40 only, right? So this is how you can draw the your you can see that your stem plot have been drawn, right? Now moving forward, if for example, sir, I want to draw a bar plot, there is a bar plot in your for the data visualization. So if I want to draw a bar plot, in that case I just need to change my stem to bar only. So what I will do, I will do plt dot stem to bar, and I will pass those values that I have taken, right? In this case, if I will run it, so I will need to write plt dot show. If I will run it, in that case what you will get a bar. This is the bar which is not getting clearly shown, but this is a bar plot you have created for the particular value that you have taken, right? So this is how you can create a bar plot. Now moving forward, if I, there is a hist plot also. So if I want to create a hist plot, in that case what you will do, you just need to, you can do x labeling and y labeling in every plot. I am going to teach further part of my video. For only understanding, I will only create a plot now only. Okay, you will, now you are comfortable with all the functions that will tell x label and y label also, right? So now I will explain the plots only. So if I will move further, I want to draw a hist plot. In that case, I just need to write plt dot hist, and inside that I need to pass my value, right? Hist plot, we know in the hist plot what we can plot. In the hist plot, there should be a numerical value on the x column, and the aggregated value will be represented in your y-axis. So in the hist plot, your plot is uniform, right? So you are getting a single histogram, single block of your graph, right? This is not a single graph, but it is divided from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, but you have a uniform value. That's why you are not able to identify that how many bars are available. So for different value you can change it, and you will able to plot it, right? Now moving forward, there is one more plot available, that is a scatter plot. So for example, if I want to draw a scatter plot, in that case what I will do, I will write plt dot scatter, and inside that I will pass my value x comma y. So if I will explain about the scatter plot, so there scatter plot, what it do, it is nothing but a line plot, because your line plot was similar to this only, right? So scatter plot is nothing but a line plot, but instead of using a solid lines, you are just using the right marker, right? So if you want to change it to the line plot, what you will do, if I want to draw from line plot, what I will do, I will write plt dot plot, and what I will pass x comma y, and for changing this to marker to 0, what I will do, I will pass my marker to O only. If I will run it, so you will get a plot and you will be able to write plt dot show. If I will run it now, you can see that your plot has been created. So this is how, and you can change the color also. This is how you can see that scatter plot and line plot both are same, but the difference is only the point you will be able to see. Now moving forward, let's create one more data for further understanding. For example, I want to visualize the study hour and playing hour of the student, and based on that I will check whether the student will pass or fail, right? So for example, I am taking a record of student for the 5 day. So I am taking 1 2 3 4 5 as my day, and what I want to do, I want to do observe that how many hours the student is studying, right? So for example, first student is studying for 7 hours, second student is studying for 8 hours, third one is studying for 6 hours. I'm taking the random value, right? You can take anyone. I'm just taking the random value. And for playing, if I will take how many hours the student is playing, right? So for example, first student is playing for 8 hours, second one is playing for 5 hours, third one is playing for 7 hours, and 8 and 13, right? This is the random value I have taken. You can take anyone. So now if I want to plot a stack plot, there is a stack plot available in your Matplotlib. What it do, it create the area that will show for the study and that will show for your playing, right? So if I will create a stack plot, in this you need to write plt.stack plot, plt.stack plot, and inside that you need to pass the value. For example, I want to I want my x-axis to be day, and on my y-axis I want to be studying, and because the student is studying, and I want to visualize also for playing, right? So I want my student, and also you can change the color, but let's see, if I will not provide the color and label all other parameter, what output I will get. So if I will use plt.show, so now you can see that you have got a stack. That stack is showing this is for the playing and this is for your study, right? So this is for first day, second day, third day, all the days are showing on x-axis, and where studying hour or working hour you are getting on your y-axis, right? So this is how you can create a beautiful stack plot. If you want to change the color, so there is a function available for the color, so you can make attractive by using the function that I have taught you, right? So you can change the color, and inside that color you can provide the name of the color. For example, I want it to be red color and this color, right? If I will run it, okay, you need to close the bracket. Okay, now if I will run it, you will get a beautiful stack plot that is showing for study and playing, right? So this is how you can get the plot. Now you can get you can do the title, you can add the x label, y label, and legend, which color is showing for studying and which color is showing for the playing. You can add that, right? Now there is one more plot, that is the box plot. So for plotting the box plot, you need to write plt dot box plot function, and in that you need to draw the pass the numerical value you have taken, right? For example, if I want to check the box plot for the x value, so I will pass here x only, and if I will run it, now you can see that your box plot has been created. So I would like to give some idea for the box plot, so please listen it carefully. So if I will explain about the box plot, so this box plot is nothing is used to remove the outlier, identify the outlier, how many outlier present in your system. If I will talk about the outlier is nothing but the odd data. For example, some data, all the data are similar, but one data is outsider. So that is nothing but the outlier. So how to detect that this is a outlier? If you have domain knowledge, you will be able to detect that easily. But if you do not have domain knowledge, in that case you need to draw a box plot. So this line you can see upper horizontal line, this is showing for the last upper limit, that above this it will be outlier, and this horizontal below line is showing for the below this all the value that will be present will be outlier, and this is your first quartile q1. This means this is your 25th percentile value, and this will lie in the 25th percentile, and this is your 50th percentile value, and this upper line is showing for the 75th percentile value. By using this 75th percentile and 25th percentile, you calculate the IQR. That IQR is nothing but the interquartile range. I will explain this very deep in my machine learning playlist. So for now, you can get that what these line are indicating and what box plot is used for, right? Box plot is used for detecting the outlier. Now moving forward, for example, sir, I want to draw a pie plot. In that case, what you need to do, you just need to pass plt.py, and for example, I want to do the pie plot of x, right, x value. In that case, what you will do, you will just pass the x value and plt.show, you will get your plot, right? So this is how you can draw a pie plot very simply. You can add percentage, what value are present, right? You can do the title and all, you can all the functions that I have taught you. Now let's, for example, you are doing any experiment, and in the experiment we know that there are some error that can be avoided, right? So if I want to show also that this point having a point 0.002% of error, right? So in that case I want to draw a error bar also. So for drawing the error bar, there is a error plot available, right? Error bar plot is available. How to draw that? Let's see. So let's create one data, that is x equals to np.linspace, and I will take from 0 to 100, and in that I want 20 values, and for y I will write y equals to np dot sign of my x value that I have created. So now how much amount of error I want? For example, I want an error of 0.2. So I have taken my error value to be 0.2. Now if I want to draw a plot, so in that case you need to draw firstly your plot, plt.plot x comma y. If I will draw it, you can see that by using plt.show, you can see that how your plot is showing. It will show simply your plot, right? We know that sine function is nothing but this is sinusoidal curve, right? So if I want to check the error plot, in that case you also need to draw plt dot error bar. You need to write error bar of your function, error bar for your function x comma y, and inside that error value will be that I have taken. What is my error value? Y underscore err, that is 0.2, right? If I want to add my fmt, means how my value, how my error should be shown, how my point should be shown, in that case I will draw my marker to this, right? So if I will run it, I am not giving the labeling and all, you can give that easily. Now this is how you can see that the error is showing. This error is nothing but showing that this 0.2 value, this point having an error of this much, right? Means this point can be here or here, right? Any within this bar, anywhere this point can lie, but I am due to some region and area conditions, there may be having error of 0.2, so I am adding only the 0.2 error. This is showing. Now moving forward, if I want to create a violin plot, there is a violin plot available in your Matplotlib. For that, what you need to do, you just need to write the value. For example, I want to create a violin plot. So what I will write, plt dot violin plot. Violin plot of what? I want to draw a violin plot of my x, that value I have taken. So what I will do, I will just write plt.show and you will get a plt.show, you will get a beautiful violin plot, right? So this is violin plot, how you can draw, right? You can draw it by in axis or a subplot also. You have to do that practice. Now let's moving toward the more advanced part of your graph. Now we are moving toward the 3D projection plot. For example, I want to draw any plot in 3D axis. For example, I have taken a data of x equals to np dot linspace, 10 data for example I am taking, right? np dot linspace. Let's see, I am taking the same data. So what I will do, I will take 3 data. I have taken x. Now I will change my y to x square. I will change my y to x square, and I want one more value z, and I want it to be x cube. So I have taken x, y and z. Now I want to plot it. For that, what I will do, I will firstly take one figure. Inside, for that, what I will do, plt.figure method is available, that we know already. And that what you will do, you will draw a axis, right? For that, what you will do, you will use plt.axis, plt.axis, and inside that you need what type of plot you want to draw. For example, I want 3D. In that case, I will I will change my projection to 3D. So I am changing it to 3D. You will get a 3D plot, right? Now I will plot the 3D plot inside my x-axis. So inside my ax, so I will write ax dot plot. What type of plot I want? I want 3D plot. So I will write 3D, and I will write here x comma y comma z. If I will run it, after that running it, you will get a beautiful 3D plot. This is how you can get a 3D plot. You can add title, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, everything in your this plot. So this is this is the 3D plot. So these are the functions that I have explained. These are the plots for the visualization that are available in your Matplotlib. There are many more plots available. I have explained you only those plots that are very necessary for the purpose of data analysis or data visualization. So you have to do more and more practice. So I have told you that at the end of every video you will get one assignment. So in this video you have one assignment of, you have to take one real life data from Kaggle, and in that data you have to apply all those variable means analysis. For example, you want to do univariate analysis, bivariate analysis, multivariate analysis. In that case you need to apply all those analysis that you are able to do, and you have to put it in your GitHub profile, and you have to share the repository in the comment box, right? So this is how the plot you can draw. So in the next video we will move toward some more better visualization library like Seaborn, Plotly. Till then, bye bye, keep learning. Thank you.